From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your afternoon update.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed your weekend so far. Yesterday was definitely a little warmer than today. We're in the 40s right now here in northwestern Alabama. Dew points in the teens, so very, very dry for March. That much is for sure. It's chapstick weather out there, really is the best way to put it. Pretty clear though, really nice day out there. Winds are calmer, so the wind chills aren't quite as low, but still, of course, those temperatures are lower, so the end result kind of balances out in that respect. Still in the 30s here in Lawrenceburg, but we'll be warming up another 5 to 7 degrees when all is said and done. Dew points, again, in the teens, so we have those really dry conditions out there. Probably don't want to be burning stuff. That's one thing you want to kind of consider in that factor. But like I said, we'll be warming up a little bit, so we're going to end up upper 40s or so, maybe some lower 50s in northwestern Alabama, but on average 49, right there around 50, I think is what we can expect here for our highs today to wrap up our weekend, first weekend of March, in fact. But heading over the next couple of days, well, we start to warm up just a little bit. Let's take a look at the futurecast, see why that is. Of course, this is kind of a double-edged sword. We do warm up a bit, but we also introduce more rain chances, right? So there are those highs again, getting up to the upper 40s, kind of right there near 50 through this afternoon. Cooling back down through tonight below freezing, so pets, plants, pipes, keep them warm, bring them inside. You know the drill there. Then as we head through tomorrow, well, look at that. A few showers creeping in across the area. Now, it's not going to be an all-day thing, and it's not going to be a washout. In fact, we'll probably end up right there near 60 for our highs as we begin the work week, right? So we got those winds back out of the south, that warm moist air moving in from the Gulf into the Tennessee Valley. That's kind of how that happens, right? All that ocean air really kind of saturates the area. And that's setting the stage for those warmer conditions and those more unsettled conditions as the system manifests off to the west. I mean, you can really see Lee cyclogenesis, as we call it, starting to form here off past the Rockies. That pushes east. I'll tell you what, those winds are really surging into that system, so we're going to have a lot of windy conditions heading into Tuesday, so expect wind gusts 30 to 45 miles an hour outside of those thunderstorms. And those thunderstorms move through, I'd say, sunset and beyond into the early to mid-evening hours. Anywhere from 6 to 10 o'clock is the current time frame we're watching. That moves through really pretty quickly, and then we have a cold, windy day for Wednesday compared to Tuesday. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be cold per se, but definitely cooler as that front sweeps through and we get those northerlies out of here. Probably going to keep some cloud cover in the mostly cloudy, if not overcast variety through Wednesday. So we've seen stuff like that before. We get past these systems and the day after it's just 10 degrees, 15 degrees cooler and dreary. I think that's a situation we'll be dealing with there. In fact, you can see some flurries off to our north there. That's kind of interesting because that cold air really reinforces behind it. So with that system, as we get that surge of air, of energy into the area, right, that warm, moist air, upper 60s, even near 70. Some of us are probably going to hit 70s when all is said and done with it. That sets the stage for some severe weather chances here across much of the area. Northeast Mississippi, northwest Alabama, and some of our areas in southern middle Tennessee do have those elevated risks of severe storms. That risk starts to decrease a little bit as you head further east and north, especially a lot of the I-65 corridor and out towards like the Huntsville Metro, for example, or out towards Murray County and, of course, up to the Nashville Metro. We're going to be seeing a line of storms. That's why as it heads further east, right, the line starts to kind of diminish a little bit. But that does not mean it will necessarily be some weak anemic line over here. We still do have that chance for some damaging winds, 50, 60, 65 miles an hour, because it's already going to be a pretty stout day with those winds, 30, 45 miles an hour. So if some of those can translate down within those updrafts and push out with the thunderstorms, you could get 60, 65 mile an hour gusts. So we definitely have to watch that. And we also have the chance of maybe some spin-up tornado activity with that. If some of those, RFD surges, as we call it, can take advantage of the updraft and rotate a little bit. I won't bore you with the science. Point is, there is that concern in some variety, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I do think the higher tornado threats off to our south and west, really down the I-55 corridor, southwest towards the Ark-La-Miss region right there, I think that's going to be more so of an issue for them. But that does not mean it's a zero chance up here. So we'll keep a very close eye on that as we head through again Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. I'm thinking after 6 p.m. is when it starts to move through. Around then and after is when we should watch. All right, so there's that warming trend, that spike of temperatures right there near 70 for Tuesdays. But here's what I was talking about, cooler. See what I mean? 10, 15 degrees cooler. Not necessarily cold per se, but it will be kind of a dreary day, right, with those clouds, those northerly winds. Those sort of reinforce too. We actually get back down to the lower 40s, or well, lower 50s rather, maybe some upper 40s Thursday, and then back towards Friday next weekend, we might be talking more warmer temperatures. And of course, with those warmer temperatures, I might also be talking another rain system here out towards the end of the weekend, right? Well, beginning of the weekend, I should say. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, I think, well, the end of the week looks all right. And to be honest, I think today looks all right. So it's going to be the next couple of days when those precipitation chances are elevated.